Don't you hate it when someone overpromises and underdelivers? Well, how much worse is it if they never deliver at all? That's the new mayor of New York City, Mamdani.
What should we do?
Unc will help us.
Welcome back to the Unc Podcast. I'm Unc, this is Cam, and you're not gonna believe this one. So what's your homeboy talking about now, Mamdani? You voted for him, right? You campaigned for him, actually. Wasn't you canvassing the neighborhood on his behalf, getting people to sign up, voter registries?
Nah, that's other guys that I know, you know what I'm saying, but that want to be named anonymous because they scared to talk, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, your man Mamdani, I don't know. So first it's all the buses will be free. Then it's they'll be free by the end of my term. Then it's
not
we're
school
gonna tax
buses,
the rich.
regular city buses.
Oh yeah, regular city buses. We're gonna tax the rich. Then Hochul comes out yesterday and she said we're not taxing the rich because the rich are who put into the economy. I don't see that plan working. Her exact words, I don't see that plan working.
And wait. For the viewers at home that don't know who Hochul is
Kathy
the governor.
Hochul, the governor of New York.
That was never actually elected or voted or anything. Like, she just all of a sudden woke up governor one day.
Too touchy-feely, so because they got him out the way, you know what I'm saying? They put this Jacqueline, and this Jackal is sitting here talking her bullshit. Yeah, she's a fucking other one.
I've never seen anything like that. It's not like when the president dies and like the vice president takes over. Like, she wasn't any successor to him. She just woke up governor with, this one's good. We'll take her.
How about she was going to campaign against him?
Really?
Yeah, you got water?
Oh, man. And it's funny when they did that, too. When they were going after Cuomo and everybody was so happy about it. I'm like, no. The left only eats themselves when they want somebody further left. This is not going to be a W.
Yep. So you have the affordable housing, you have the free buses, you have also the tax the rich, right?
What about the affordable housing though?
Hold on, let me finish.
This sounds great.
So now he also was saying that he was going to get the free health child care, which they might back, which I think they should do. That's something that should be done, but he's not the first person to say that, nor is it all of a sudden his plan. So I don't understand why he's like, I start to see what he do. He does the Obama effect. He talks about issues that are relevant, but he has no plan or he has no solution to the problem. But he'll talk about the problem so that you could be aware that there's a problem. But he's not the guy to come and fix the problem. He's just the guy to tell you about the problem.
Exactly.
So now he's getting all the attention for talking about the problem, but not being the guy to fix the problem. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people remember them by. They remember them for the fact that they were advocates. It's like almost a Kendrick Lamar effect. That's a protest rapper. Yeah, he has some good songs, but he can't make a good album because what is he going to album about? He's going to be protesting every song. Every song's going to be a protest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be that many issues. You know what I'm saying? So when you see things like this, you got to understand that this is a program. And this guy's obviously a puppet. And he's obviously putting there for this exact reason and for this exact moment. Muslim Brotherhood. And that's basically what's going on here. This is the Muslim Brotherhood, and this is their attempt to take over America, take over the cities, and take over our government little by little. Because
you see what they did to London.
Correct. They already said this was their plan. They told us this was their plan 5-10 years ago when we started taking care of Egypt. When Egypt had that issue where they were in a revolution, they were throwing the gays off the roofs and stuff like that. What are you doing? They're throwing gays off the roof. You're going to have to pause and cut that one right there.
But skydive.
Nah. This nigga here is the worst, bro. This nigga's so involved in this conversation on the phone. Instead of passing me the spliff, the nigga clips it and puts it in the ashtray as I'm looking dead at him waiting for him to pass it. I'm like, why you just pass the spliff? And as I said, I'm saying this, and he still clips it right in front of me and puts it out right in there and leaves it in the ashtray. And I'm just looking at him like, this nigga is out of control. Look, he's playing video games on his phone, talking to the girl on the phone. Instead of, he got a whole Candy Crush for 5 minutes. He could have came in real quick, had a quick skit. You know what I'm saying? Because he has some intelligent shit to talk about. That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's some bullshit he's talking about. It's some relevant shit. You know what I'm saying? So he could do 10 minutes of talking some shit that he's relevant about because he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then I could just take over and I could have the dialogue without him. You know what I'm saying? We don't need him after that. We just need him to talk his piece because he has a good piece. You know what I'm saying? A really good piece that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pause. That did sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he has a good spiel that he wants to put out there for the world to hear. And I think that I have a good argument behind it. And I think that you can argue both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good, what you call it? What the fuck? I got to stay on my shit?
Yeah, especially because here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. If you're saying, it's smart, I take your word for it because you don't just give anybody credit like that.
I don't think you remember him.
And it's hard to find somebody on that side of the issue that got half a brain in their head. You know what I mean? I know
that
they
you
out
can have
there.
a conversation with, that you can have a conversation with, and they could be legitimate with their actual responses.
Yes.
Like Sean made me think about how I have to respond to him. I can't just say some bullshit to him. Like, nah, fuck all that. It's this person, that person. No, I have to sit there and be like, all right, let me break it down for you because I don't think you're comprehending what the angle is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't think he'd be looking at the angle. He just hears the issue from what the news tell him and what people say, or, you know what I'm saying, in society, and he runs off of that. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper because I want to know who fund things, what's the history of it, and what happened 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then I figure out, okay, now what's going on is normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not like manipulated or artificial or something else is going on that we need to know about that we can't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different scenarios towards every situation, and a lot of people take things in a journalistic manner and don't realize that you have to really break things down a little bit more specific based. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's a tedious task to break things down into specifics, sometimes the specifics, when you get deeper into it, actually reveals your answer. You know what I'm saying? Because the answer is really there in detail. There's never just here we go. You have to analyze things.
The specifics that make or break you. You know what I mean? The specifics is where you catch people up in bullshit.
That too, like, so they scored the same amount of touchdowns, but they missed the last field goal. But they missed that 2-point conversion. Like the little details.
Or my friends picking me up. My friend singular, they're gonna pick me up. They said they'll be here at around 8:30. Details.
Oh, well, it's 9:00. Did you call your friend to see where they're at? Oh shit, 9:00. Damn. Yeah, so maybe we should think about that one. So, all right, so here we go. Right, so back to Mamdani now. Let's cut right here. Boom. So you're thinking about it as a fourfold conversation so far, because there's other things that he did promise, but I'm not gonna get into those things yet because we have yet to see what the outcome of it is. These things we already know what the outcome is gonna be. So number one, Hochul already, the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, knocked down and shot down basically his whole tax the rich idea. We're gonna tax the billionaires, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. That's a done deal. She already said that's not happening. The free buses, MTA Director said not happening. You know what I'm saying? And really, honestly, it's Hochul who controls that. In all reality, he don't even have the control of that anyway, so he can't even push for an agenda where he has a free bus involved in his agenda. So his agenda was false from the beginning. It's a false narrative. You understand? So now, when you have these two issues already knocked down from the rip, which were those were some of his biggest issues. I'm going to tax the rich and I'm going to have free buses. Okay, now let's go to this housing thing now, right? We have a lot of people who claim that rich billionaires that own buildings in Manhattan will just re-renovate their building for an exuberant cost because construction costs have gone up right now. Plus, the city is making it harder now for you to do construction because of the regulation. So I'm going to now fix my building up, re-renovate my building for an exuberant price, and then charge you less than what I was charging a commercial real estate just for affordable housing in order to make some money, as though I can't write off this whole loss of income in my taxes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they come up with these plans, it's like they think about the end user, but they don't think about where it's coming from. They think about the people they want to help, but they just think, what, this money grows on trees? Like I don't understand.
No, what I want to understand is where do people feel as though that people who own buildings will have the incentive to want to do this?
But that's what I'm saying, is they think the money just grows on trees. Like that's where they're getting this money from. It's not from their hard work and sacrifice.
Right. What they're saying is that the city is going to have to implement some sort of what do you call it? Some sort of relief, tax relief or regulation relief, some sort of relief that they're going to have to give to specific construction on purpose, which is going to be slighted to the people.
So all right,
So the
so hold
people
on. What
pay
they want to
for it.
do is, they want to they want to raise taxes on the rich people, so they can fund an initiative to pay the rich people to let poor people live in their buildings.
Which is not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to do all of this renovation, and the prices of those apartments is going to be an exuberant price according to where they're at, which is going to be Midtown Manhattan. That's where so far the first zone is that I've seen is in Midtown Manhattan. So now you're saying that this zone
Wow.
here, yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's not, so this zone here that you have that's in Midtown Manhattan, you're saying that people are going to want to live there in Midtown Manhattan for a lower rate than what no, people are going to come and they're going to offer what those areas cost, 5,000, 7,000 in rent. That's what people are going to come offer. The people who
Why
say,
don't they
hey,
knock down? Why don't they knock down the
I
UN
want an
building and
apartment
turn it
for,
to Section 8?
hold on. I want hold on, listen. I want an apartment for $1,000, right? And then the next guy comes and say, I want the same apartment for $5,000. Who gonna get the apartment?
Exactly.
That you gotta break it down in layman's terms for these people. Because you see how you said you're gonna have affordable housing in Section 8. But some people that might be listening don't even know what Section 8 is.
No, I didn't say that. I said they should knock down the UN building and turn it into Section 8 housing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Rockefeller. Yeah, right. You think they're gonna let that happen? Crazy? Yeah, Sean, huh? You still on the phone?
Guy said no.
You said 10 minutes of your time. 10 minutes of your time. So we need it, Sean. Disappointing. Nah, it's gonna be when we go. It's gonna be when we build the studio, and we need like 24-hour tech support. We're gonna find external places for that type of stuff.
Hold on, everybody in the comments. I need everybody to leave a comment flaming Sean for not joining the chat out, not joining the video. Matter of fact, hold on, let me repeat
Sean
that.
is playing on his phone on the computer. He's playing video games.
Everybody, I need you to leave a comment right now, flaming Sean for playing video games instead of getting in the conversation. Everybody flame Sean in the comments.
He has the exact opposing opinion.
Exactly.
And he's the one who brought up the topic to me and made me think about it. Like, oh shit, I didn't know that was going on. Let me go look and research this. And then got into an argument with me about it. For like, we was there flaming each other for like a good half hour.
But he's smart. He disagrees with us, and he brought up the topic, people. So flame him in the comments.
Yeah,
But
I was
there
arguing for like an hour. I'm like, what do you mean? So what billionaire is gonna remodel his building? He's like, it's for affordable housing. They want to get the people to live somewhere. He's gonna make money. He's not making no money on it right now.
He's gonna make money.
That's what a tax break is. They're gonna write that off on taxes. They're gonna get all that money back. It's all the same shit. Whatever money they made, they're gonna. It's all
in a way that makes sense. That does kind of make sense though, because these people live for tax write-offs. So I mean,
they're making so much money they want to write off something. So why would I want to fill the building up when I can leave it empty? And then when I do rent it out, I make so much money that I'm gonna be. Come on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if that will be the good incentive right there. Not that the government gives them money to house the people, but the government allows them to write that off, even though they got people living in it.
So now what you're saying now is, think about this very sharply. You're creating a false environment. So now what you're putting there is that you're making it look as though people are doing this because there's a profit involved and that the economy is booming and that people are getting their housing, when really, in all reality, the government is paying for it.
No, I'm not talking about the government paying for it. I'm talking about allowing these people to write off the difference between fair market value and what they're able to get from the people. You got an apartment that's worth $4,000 and the people paying $1,500. You know what I'm saying? You write off the other 25.
Now, when you do things like that, right?
Yeah.
And you write off that 2,500, where was that 2,500 going to go to?
It wasn't going to go nowhere because they was going to write off the whole shit if nobody lived there.
No. Where was it going to go to? The government would collect that, correct?
No, not if nobody was living there, because they was going to write it off anyway.
I don't think this guy heard what I said at all.
No. You're not understanding me. What I'm saying is, I get what you're saying. If you were renting it out at the full fair market value, then yeah, that money would be going to the government. But if you're not renting it out at all and you writing off the whole thing because nobody's living in it.
If you write it off, what would that money have gone to? It went to the government in tax money.
All right.
That's the people's money. So the people paying for you. You're giving you a discount on your thing on purpose.
What I'm saying is though,
You don't get it.
if
He's
they
lost.
if they didn't let nobody live in there to begin with, it would all be written off. I'm just saying that's the other side of the argument. I wouldn't fucking let nobody live in my shit for fucking less than have a market value.
No. You totally missed what I was saying at all. So what I'm saying is that regardless,
I know
right?
exactly
No
what
matter
you're
how,
saying. What you're saying is that the extra money that they're writing off is tax money that the government is not getting. So therefore, it's just like as if they're paying to subsidize these people's rent. I totally understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to get you to understand what I'm saying. But that
that was only part of it. What that creates is a false environment, a false economy. It shows something that's not happening, that's happening. It's making it seem as though people are buying these apartments and people are selling these apartments and everything is kumbaya. But that's not what's really happening in the background. The whole point of the matter is not that just the government is subsidizing it and paying for it. No, the whole point of the matter is the logistics behind it and how it looks into the public. That's the problem. The problem is how does it look to the public? Hold on, let me finish. It looks bad to the public because the public is going to look at it in a light where it's not really the truth. It's actually a drawn out truth where the public don't even realize that really they're paying for it. If the public knew that now, that'd be a whole different hit because now people going to sit there and be like, wait, so we're paying for you to put people in here to pay less money when these people who have the money to do it could have re-renovated it themselves anyway and just sold it, did whatever they wanted to do. So we're subsidizing something for somebody for no reason. There's no reason behind it except for this guy needs a campaign promise to have so that people will vote for him. That's it. There's no other reason because it's not really going to work and it's not going to be enough housing for enough people. So it will never work. You understand?
No, I mean, bro,
it's still going to be.
That's my argument too.
Understand? I'm saying in general to the people who are listening.
Yeah,
or the people who are
that's my
listening in the
argument
future.
too. I'm just saying that when you were telling me what your boy was saying, I started laughing at first, but then I'm like,
Sean,
that makes sense.
A pocket Republican. He's a pocket Republican. He really has conservative views, but for the public, he has to act as though, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, I can't believe that happened. No way.
Well, for the public, he don't act like nothing because he ain't trying to talk on camera.
How are you gonna deport people? You're gonna deport people? Like, oh my gosh, shit like that.
You heard me?
Oh, but in the back of his head, he really wants them to leave because like these motherfuckers.
They took her jabs.
Took her jabs. They took our jobs. Yeah.
He's one of those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
So like I said,
the only thing, and then the other shit too is these people that's funny when they make all these promises, right? It's like I wonder if they make all the promises, hoping that at least if they get one or two of them done and make them look good, or if they just know they're not gonna do shit anyway, so they just promise everything. But
no, that's what it is. If they get one or two done, it doesn't matter. See, look, Sean is sitting here agreeing with you. See, because he's able to have a thesis, see something, analyze it, and change his opinion.
But I had a specific example though, the fucking daycare shit, right? That first of all would be one of the more helpful promises to keep. Second of all, it would probably be one of the easier ones. I don't know exactly how they would pull it off, but they have schools already. All they gotta do is expand the schools, hire staff to be babysitters for the kids that aren't of learning age, and boom, drop your kid off at the fucking school. They have babysitters there. You go to your work job for the day.
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna do the same way the Somali fraud is, except this time they're gonna have to really vet people and actually see if they're really actual daycares, but send out the money though. The same way that the fraud is going on, the same way, but this time they have to actually do their vetting properly.
Well, no, like I said, there's other ways, but what I'm saying is that just seems real simple. You already have schools. You have an elementary school. You send the kids to there. Put them in the fucking auditorium.
But that's not how that's you have to understand the logistics behind things, right? Now, the logistics behind things it was gonna work better with like how you see them deal with the fraud. See, the fraud made people go and open up businesses and find locations because you have to have a physical location.
Yeah.
So now, if you're able to find out this many physical locations, if you could put the kids in these locations and legitimize it, but not those actual fraudsters. I'm just saying you open up another program like that again in New York.
You know what scares me about those fraudsters though?
And you're gonna see people open up those type of businesses because people are gonna see the incentive behind it. And then you give out the money, but you have an actual team of people that go out and go check up on the fucking. You gotta have a list and go check the list and make sure that these people are actually running the shit correctly.
Yo, but
Other
check
than
this
that, though,
out.
it'll boom your economy too.
The
It'll
scariest
boom
part
the
though about
economy.
that fraud shit though.
But you know what you got to
Look
do?
at
You got to
this.
have. Listen, hold on, wait. You got to have one. You got to have it where that when you have these places, they have at least 5 employees or better. It can't be something that's 2 people that work here.
Oh, of course,
I
but
want to
listen
see.
to
I
this.
want to see some big
But-
big operation. You know what I'm saying?
But look, even beyond that, it's like the scariest part about that whole fraud shit is the fact that this is supposed to be a daycare for kids. So it's like at least all they did was fucking steal money from the government. What if they would have really had the kids coming in there and started fucking trafficking them?
I mean, some places was like that. And then some places people were bringing their kids there just to show face and then leaving with them and stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they have to show face to some extent. That's why I said that they have to have a force of people. They have the funding to do this type of stuff. When the MTA can talk about they're paying this much for projects and that much for projects, and when you really look at the project, first off, you can't pay millions of dollars for a project and then tell me that the buses are going to be free. That's contradiction. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that I'm paying for extra stuff and we're in a deficit, but I'm going to give away free stuff at the same time. They just raised the prices on everything. The bridges, the tunnels, everything is raised. Everything is raised up the price. $18 to go over the bridge now. $18.
Which bridge? George Washington?
Yeah, what you mean? That's $36 going out. You're going to go to Jersey to cost you $36.
Just for the toll. Fuck the
$36.
gas. That is
Forget
crazy.
about the time it's going to cost you in traffic.
How much the Midtown Tunnel?
Everything. Fuck, I forgot. I gotta look that up. Hold on. Matter of fact, Sean, you can look that up for me.
Yo, so check this out. I remember when the Midtown Tunnel was $325.
That's what we need to do. We need to pay Sean and let him sit in front of a laptop while we record, and then ask him the question so he can just look it up and get all the. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna. That's gonna be Sean. We gotta come up with a good number for him so he could act nice. We gotta talk to him nice.
Yeah. Yo.
Okay, so he got it for me. Hold on, wait, he got it for me. All right, so the Easy Pass went up. Wait, current rate for passenger cars probably. Wait, we're reading. Give me 2 seconds. Reading. Oh wow. Okay, so Midtown Tunnel went from $7.46 with Easy Pass to about $9.79 for mid-tier Easy Pass and $12 for tolls by mail.
Wow. So you figure let's call toll by mail like cash. I remember when it was it was either $325 or $350. I think it was $325.
Sean said $325. Yo, we're gonna have to come up with a good number for him for when we shoot the episodes. Now we're gonna have to come out of pocket, man, and just give him the money so he could just be right there with the laptop. And because we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to him when we're off camera.
Yeah.
Don't forget this out.
Definitely. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I'm just stopping. You need somebody like that, and he knows how to look things up.
So you think he worse than Ed Koch?
Mamdani?
Yeah.
Mamdani's the worst probably until we go to like the 1800s when we probably don't really know about some old foul shit they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You know how they got some stories that nobody really know about because somebody died and, it's a hush-hush type of deal? Yeah, things like that. I guarantee he's going to be worse than those guys.
Prohibition.
Yeah.
Mayors.
A lot of hush-hush things going on. He's going to be worse than those mayors because what he's going to bring is he's going to bring this hope that everybody has. And then when he leaves, the city's going to be more fucked up than before he came in.
Yo, I was complaining about
Just
Giuliani
like
at the time. I was complaining about Giuliani at the time, bro.
Can you believe some shit like that? Yo, I sat there and watched this podcast one of these days, like a few months ago. I actually sat there. I was listening to Giuliani on the radio. Imagine some shit like that.
Yeah.
Because of Giuliani's policies, I know how Rikers Island looks. Because of Giuliani's policies.
And he was just off
carried
the
on by
hook,
Bloomberg.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's the guy who put bicycle cops in the projects.
Giuliani, right?
Giuliani's the one who cleaned up Times Square with the bicycle cops. He's the. I mean, just think about the brilliance in that in the strategic form of it, a bicycle cop. Yeah, because in the car, how much things can you see in a car? You're driving and moving. Things move fast and that. But on a bike, though, you really see the environment around you.
That and you can go into places that the car can't make it into.
That too. Now your only con with a bicycle is that people can outrun you, but that's why you have a radio and you have backup. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was genius. And then how he cleaned up Times Square, it was for the better, kind of. But I ain't gonna hold you. I was one of them dudes, 15, 16 years old, that went over to peep shows in Manhattan, and I learned a lot from me going to Manhattan by myself and, you know what I'm saying, exploring Manhattan. Manhattan used
Shit,
to be so grimy and
I
gritty
was
at
working
that
over there
point
in
in
Times
time.
Square till 3:00 in the morning back then. Trust me, I remember those days, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
But
saying? It was always a show out there, you know? Like
uh-huh.
you literally can go out there and you'd be surprised and shocked at what you see.
But you know how much money came into the city after that shit got cleaned up, though, man.
Well, yeah. I mean that was the whole point of what Giuliani was doing. That was a long-term goal. That was to bring in Disney and to bring in all of these. You know what I'm saying? The big money spenders
Tourism too, just in
tourism.
general,
Yeah,
tourism.
basically tourism, and the tourism helps everything. I don't know about them shutting down the bikes, not the bikes. I'm sorry, the horses.
What you mean? They shut
But
down the
then,
horses?
then again, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen one or two of these reports, and that's why I don't like reporters. That's why I wanted to not be a reporter, but I want to just change how people outlook on the news, people's outlook. That's really my plan, you know. So now, when you have, I don't know how to explain it. When you have people in the news and they're manipulating things according to their emotions and their discontent for other people, also could be economic discontent. Well, guess what happens now? Now the stories that you're listening to and watching is not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same feel you have, because every story that you're listening to now has an edge to it, and it has a way and a manner where they're not talking, where it's very neutral, and it's not a, well, this is what happened here, or allegedly. You know, they stopped using the word allegedly, things of that nature, like that. Like, well, when you speak in that generalistic term, like how Mandami speaks, you're not really talking about nothing. You're just talking in generalistic terms. It's just, this is what it is. You know, you're not
Uplifting
getting to the,
speech.
yeah, exactly. That's all it is. It's just oh my God, I'm getting brain freeze right now. I need to spark the shit. That's it's like when I'm not. I got brain freeze. Yo, so it's he's like a motivational speaker. So they got the motivational speakers, and
Yup.
what these motivational speakers do is they motivate crowds. I'm a Toastmaster. I actually went to classes to speak in public speaking and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to manipulate crowds, and there's a way to read crowds and to get your point across in a manner that's appeasing, not just to the crowd, but to your actual agenda. So even though you're saying something that really meant nothing, you said a lot. I learned that in jail. I've seen people in prison do that a lot. I sit there and I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't really say shit. He'd be like, yeah, no. I worked that though, right? And I'm like, yo, what type of shit? Like, holy, they ate all of that shit up. Like, yo, bro, you listening to somebody's story, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, hold on, that's not how the DMV works, or that's not how that works when you mail something. Like, huh? Like,
Nah, but even better than
whatever.
that, not even when there's inconsistencies in the story, but I be doing this shit too sometimes. But there's a way you can sit there and say a
Like,
whole
what do you
bunch
mean
of
it was a stick
words.
shift car that didn't have a clutch? Stick shift car with no clutch. What?
Oh shit, nah,
Like,
but
no,
the
no,
best.
like, no, that's called a paddle shifter. That's not a stick shift car. That's a paddle shifter.
Stick shift
Like,
car with
yo,
no.
bro, I was there changing gears.
Now I
Yeah.
understand what you were saying. I thought you were talking about
Word.
motherfuckers that are bullshitting. You talking about
No, like they
motherfuckers that
gotta
straight don't know
understand.
what the
We're like,
fuck they
no, they
talking
don't
about.
understand. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. That's what I'm trying to tell.
Uh,
Yeah, that's how the
shit.
news is. That's how the media is. Yo, bro, I watched this fucking video, right? Yo, Sean, you see that thing I sent you? This guy, Sean, man. You still on the phone? You on the phone? Come here, man. Sit down, man. Come talk to me, man. Come here, Sean. Come on, man. What's up with you, man? Why you acting like that? Come here. Come here. One second. Okay. What's this? Andrew. That's the founder. That's the name of the company. Drill. Y'all know that name?
Andrill,
Yeah. Palmer Luckily.
Andrill.
Palmer Luckily. Palmer Luckily. He's the co-founder of the Oculus. This guy's net worth is $3.6 billion, and you see how they don't even know about him? That's what fucked my head up. Is that I didn't know about him neither until I just watched this shit earlier about him. And I'm like, oh shit, who the hell is this guy? This guy's worth how much? And he does what? He builds what? That's very important. Like, hold on. Wait a minute. What do you
What
mean
does
he
he
has a
build?
fucking AI drones and advanced technology for the Navy, Marines, and for the Air Force?
Oh shit.
This guy was building fucking missiles when he's like 20 years old. Yeah, this guy is different. He's what you call one of them different dudes. He's different. So yeah, so I had seen
Yo, matter of fact, it's funny because you know, when people try to say they're not smart, they go, "Well, I'm no rocket scientist." This man literally is a rocket scientist.
Palmer, luckily, you gotta sit there. Oh, see, you're on Joe Rogan with him, right? Sean? Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan. And you gotta look at what he's talking about, bro. I mean advanced, I'm talking about advanced technology that we have, that he has, that they're making. Drones that could fly like airplanes that fly faster and the maneuvers and yeah. Yeah, he's talking about like telephone poles that could survey, basically space weapons that could look through walls.
Well, I
He's
mean,
saying
they
that his
already got shit
drones.
that can look through walls, but that's still
No,
fucking
listen,
crazy.
listen to what I'm saying. What he's telling me is what he's still explaining or describing is something that we don't have. I think he either slipped up and said it because I'm trying to find the exact interview to the lady that was interviewing him. You know what I'm saying? But basically, he's saying that they have drones that you can't detect, and they have ways of making it where you can't detect it, and then they have ways of detecting anything. Now, let me explain what I mean by that.
Detecting
He
anything,
has
that's what
ways
I'm
to
doing.
make his shit not detectable, but everybody's shit can be detectable by this manner. And he explains exactly how. And then he goes on to explain that China and Russia are working on these type of weapons as well. Yeah.
So now, so is there gonna be like a loop? Are they gonna be able to detect his stuff, and they're not gonna be able to detect his, and then he's gonna have to step his game up, and it's gonna keep going back and forth?
That's what he's saying is going on right now.
That's crazy.
This dude is on all of the podcasts. He was on, the Sean Ryans. He was on the Joe Rogans. He was on all of the podcasts that he was on the Mike Roll. He's on all the podcasts with the guys that are really guys that learn about these type of.
Yeah.
And this is all recently. It's not like he was on Mike Roll a day ago on how will he change the way you think about war. That's the title of it. Palmer luckily will change the way how you think about war. And this is what it is. Oh, here we go. Sorcery with Molly O'Shea. Sorcery. There you go. That's spelled weird. Anyway, whatever. I'm like, that's not how you spell sorcery. Like, what the hell? What is he trying to spell? You see that shit, Sean? Sean's over here playing video games, scared of the camera, like he did something to him. Sean, you like some sort of serial killer or something that we don't know about?
He's like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, shh. Don't
You
put
got
me
me.
out
You got
there.
me thinking I'm blowing up your spot or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did I say something wrong? Like, was I not supposed to say your name or something? Like, I don't know. You on the run from the feds? Did you do something that I don't know about? I'm not involved. In case they're looking and listening, which they are. Something that I don't know about. I'm not involved.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with this.
Nothing at all.
And that's a different Sean. Whatever Sean you think it is, it's not him. It's different Sean.
We might have a guest appearance by somebody shortly. I just said we're gonna see if he responds back. But yeah, so that guy, that's just one guy. There's other dudes that's doing these advanced technologies that got companies that nobody really know about. And these guys have buku dollars back in them. Plus, they have a different type of knowledge. And when you start really talking to these guys and you start listening to them, they're not actually, Sean, you know what? You really need to listen to this dude. Because he was all right. These guys are not like the religious, or they're not the type that like you see into deep philosophy or into deep history where they're looking into ancient stuff and stuff like. No, these guys just like technology. They're just tech guys, and they just understand the technology, and they have a vision, and they have a vision of what they think the world is going to look like, and they want to be part of that vision of the world in a major way, and that's all they're doing. That's what that's how every person should grow up and have that. Everybody should grow up having that ability or that comprehension of the universe in order to say, okay, this is what I think the world is going to be later on. This is what I want to do. Everybody should have that ambition. Not everybody has that ambition. Some people like to work a 9 to 5. Some people want to be an entrepreneur. Some people want to create something and invent things. See, there's an entrepreneur and there's inventors. Inventors are much different than entrepreneurs. You understand? So, and then there's people who
A lot of the
are
best inventors die broke.
true. That's true. And then there's people who are like physically good athletes. Because an athlete, you have to put in its own category. You get what I'm saying? Because you would never think that would be a income form, but that's a form of income that's separate from everything. Because that's just you could build yourself to that, or you might be given that physical capability naturally. You know what I'm saying? So as an entrepreneur, there's an investor. I mean, there's an entrepreneur, there's an inventor, and then there's the person that's just an athlete in general. And those are really like, those are the type of ambitions that you should have. Some sort of way of there, but they pushed this. That's actually what Ford did, actually. You know that, right? Henry Ford pushed that in the schools and Rockefeller. They wanted people to think like that in order to get workers to work in their factories. So that was actually what was pushed into the educational system.
At the
On
same
purpose.
time, Henry Ford paid his workers a lot better than people get paid now. Like, this shit is crazy.
Well, he had a different concept of it. His concept wasn't to enslave people. His concept was to be the best. It was a capitalism type of thing. But he did still fund a lot of eugenics as well.
Oh hell yeah!
So
no, but what I'm saying is, I'm not giving the guy a pass. I'm just saying, no,
like,
I'm
hey,
not giving the guy a pass
I'm a
at
good
all.
guy, but I've sinned. I'm a good guy, but I've sinned before.
No, I'm not giving him a pass at all. What I'm saying is, but these new companies, they took all the worst traits from him and none of the good ones.
That's purposely done.
Yeah, man.
That's all purposely done.
Crazy out there. People are making so much more money than they ever did before, and it's so much harder to stretch it. Pause.
So basically, in a yes, I mean, hey, whatever. In a summary basis, you know what I'm saying? We can go off of the fact that we could definitely agree upon. We don't feel that Mamdani's politics or policies he's not gonna be able to fulfill the promises he made. Now, say what you want to say about Trump, he's trying to fulfill the promises that he made. He's not gonna be perfect, because no one's perfect, and neither is Mamdani, so I'm gonna give him slack on certain things.
But the people that be mad at Trump are mad because he's living out his promises. That's the crazy part.
That too, but you can't make a promise and have 5 promises and none of them go through. Now, if you have 5 promises and 3 go through and 2's like, I mean, your statistics are pretty okay. You know what I'm saying? You're 3 for 2. I mean, you're 3 for 5. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, now you have to sit down and really analyze some of these things. When people see things, any sort of story, you can't just take it for what you see. You have to analyze it and say, does that make sense? I don't know. We have to look and see. It's like,
what's the term limits on mayor?
Sean, 4 years? 4 years.
1 term?
Years. Wait, I'm not sure. He's giving me mixed responses. What's going on, Sean?
Sean is our AI people. It's glitching out.
It's my advanced AI, humanoid AI. This is 2021 shit.
Humanoid. AI got so human, it started serenading instead of doing its job.
AI got so human, it talks, walks, shits, pisses, and everything. just like the human being.
Gotta feed it and all that.
Yep, I have to feed it, pay it, all that. See, I pay. Look at the payment. Look at the smile. Look at the smile on the bot. See the bot? The bot smile?
On the bot. Look at the smile on the bot. The Osmo 5000.
You know what I'm saying?
You seen that South Park episode, right?
Yeah. We're gonna call the Lloyd 5000.
When Cartman dressed up in the cardboard box, pretended to be the robot so he could get Butter's secrets.
Come on, fool, take your pay.
Come on, Osmo 5000.
Thank you for your services. If you come to negotiate properly, maybe we could negotiate some real proper terms off camera.
Osmo 420.
Yeah, we can negotiate once a week. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta do this real quick. That's it. That's crazy. All right. So if you have a portion of your building, right? So let's say, if you have, look, if you can you look it up for me, please? If you have 1,000 empty apartments and only 100 of them are going to affordable housing, how are we going to fulfill the affordable housing need if only percentages of buildings are going to it? So it's really like a deal for the rich who own buildings to get incentives to build housing to sell it to other rich people, and then only a percentage of poor people that qualify. Which now let's see what these qualifications are going to be. How hard will it really be to get in?
Because you ever notice with those programs, the people that really need it always get denied, and the people that know how to work the system, they're the ones that get everything.
That part is 100% the truth.
But you know what the sad part is? The people that work the system got like 6 kids.
Sometimes That's
the sad part.
That's true
Yeah.
sometimes as well.
Well,
But
yeah,
now,
it
go
all
ahead now.
depends. There's
What
so
do you-
many
what do you-
different
what do
parts of the
you-
system that people work. It's just people that they know what to say in certain situations to get the money, whether it comes to anything, even getting in a car accident. You know what I mean? The people that really get hurt sometimes don't get shit. But the people that know what to say when they go to see that doctor for treatment, they get money. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point of the people that know how to work the system. They know what they're supposed to say to
Now-
get the result.
And the problem is this, right? People don't have these type of conversations where you have somebody with a proper rebuttal that's going to tell you extreme, and his rebuttal is proper. Hey, if we do have these affordable housing, no, we're not going to have the building owner have all of this be affordable housing. Only a percentage of it be affordable housing. That would make sense for the building owner because that's going to give him a lot of incentive. But how does that help the affordable housing crisis?
And Sean made a really good point. What Cam's saying right now, people. Sean made a really good point off camera, and he's depriving y'all. He was like, you know what? I don't really fuck with your audience like that. All of them could go eat a bunch of Franks. Like, I'm not even trying to drop knowledge on those people. So yeah, you know what I mean? Don't even include me in on the camera. I'm just the messenger. You know we love you.
Y'all got to sign up for the premium channel to hear that part of the conversation.
Pause. That sounded crazy. My man got the OnlyFans link in bio. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
He just paying us. He just paying us for promo.
Nah, and then what he said too was about now if they start moving people into these to this housing, it's gonna allow kids to go to school districts that they wouldn't have otherwise been able to afford going to.
Now,
And I'm not gonna
what if they
front.
bring the wrong
My
type of
first
crowd?
thought was I cringed for a second. I was like, yeah, but they gonna fuck up the school.
That's fucked up.
Not in all cases,
That's fucked
but
up.
there's gonna
Yeah.
be. I'm saying though.
At the end of the day, you can't sit here and say that now a 4-year-old who's able to go to a daycare that they wasn't able to go to is going to fuck up the school.
But check
Now
this
we're
out. Check
giving
this
them a
out.
different kind of culture and a different kind of nurture.
Okay, you're gonna try to get them to assimilate. Now, my thing is this, right, Sean?
It would have to be all of them. They would all have to
No,
assimilate.
and not even is that. You're only taking a percentage. How do you take care of the whole problem? You only fixed 100 people's problem. You ain't fixed 10,000, 10 million.
You can't
I
take
mean-
care of it. He's only aiming to deal with 200,000.
200,000 new buildings?
That's all.
New buildings or,
Yeah,
or apartments?
buildings
200,000 buildings.
in 10 years.
200,000 buildings, not apartments. 200,000 buildings.
Massive
That's
public
wild.
investment to build 200,000 new permanently affordable units over a decade. Units. So
Okay, you fucked me up with that,
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Woo!
It's units.
He had me like, maybe I'm not gonna move out of New York because I've got to start buying real estate.
Yo, where the fuck are they gonna put all these
And I'm not
buildings?
going nowhere.
Yeah.
I need to find out where the buildings are being built so I can open up a restaurant right under
Yo, you know,
this shit. A car wash, a dry cleaner.
fucking barbershop.
You know what I'm saying? Barbershop.
You laugh about it, but that's what we was talking about. That's
1,000 units.
that's
good.
he's trying to zone
And you
a
know,
lot
people,
of shit.
and
When
you know, people
can
that
put
All
don't.
right, but this is my problem, right?
underneath.
Here's my problem, right? I'm not saying you're wrong. I know that's what he was trying to do. My thing is, what's going to happen, because this is what's been happening in the past, especially with people with his political associations. So, yeah.
Persuasion.
Like, you know what I'm saying? De Blasio, you know what I'm saying? So those type of people, you know what I'm saying? Usually what ends up happening is they give it to their friends and it never ends up going to the public properly, or they deprive somebody from getting it. A type of group of people or a financial entity, like there's always going to be some sort of fucking bias and prejudice involved in these type of scenarios.
Well, what he's gonna use,
Yo,
he's gonna
the best way I ever
use
heard
a
anybody
city-owned
explain
land.
it,
Okay,
this somebody
now
said.
that
Somebody
hold on, Del. He said something very important. He said that
He's first gonna use city-owned land,
okay, city-owned land.
and that should incentivize
That
everybody
now
around the neighborhood.
would make sense,
I ain't what he said.
but he said the first thing he's gonna do is use city-owned land.
Oh, okay.
So now you have to think about this like this. All right, so if it's gonna be city-owned land, now who picks and chooses where and what fucking neighborhoods and what businesses that's around that's gonna profit and benefit from the shit?
It's whatever land is. It's just whatever's in their inventory. Now they just have to monopoly.
No, they're playing Monopoly is my problem.
But don't forget the city had land.
I know
He
this.
He wanted to put
See, look,
markets also.
I hear you.
Free city land.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
How much city land does New York have that's just sitting in city land?
A lot. They do. He could do that. It's just that who's funding all this? That's where the question that everybody keeps telling you the same thing. It sounds great. The ideas are nice. The plan sounds cool. But who's paying for the shit?
It's coming through. Majority of it's gonna come through bonds.
Bonds? How? The city is trash. Who's gonna buy a city bond? What? A city bond? I would never buy that.
Especially when you got Mamdani as mayor. You trust him to pay you back?
You try to give people who are poor fucking apartments. Give the rich people apartments so more rich people move in.
Give the rich people apartments.
Why would you go give the poor people apartments and poor people not gonna spend no fucking money?
Governments always pay their money back. The U.S. government always pay their money back. So that's the one thing you can't say about the U.S. government. They always
the
pay
U.S.
their money
government,
back.
no, not New York City government under Mamdani.
Hold on, stop. New York City has gone bankrupt before.
Yeah,
United States government never will go bankrupt.
Still get paid, even when the city goes bankrupt. Bonds still get paid.
The United States government has never gone bankrupt. You know
and bonds will still get paid. That's the one thing about bonds.
Okay, but how does that work after the bankruptcy?
You know,
there's a question I was asking.
Bonds will always get paid.
How does bonds work after bankruptcy?
Because
if you have stocks in a company and the company go bankrupt, how does that work?
Because the federal government always bail out a bond, a state bond. Always.
It's not a state bond. It's a city. You keep saying state. It's not state. It's city.
From the state.
No, it's coming from the city. He's the mayor. He's not the state. She is the Hochul might not be governor. This dude might take her. What's the caller from fucking Long Island?
Who? That nigga ain't gonna shit.
He can't really talk.
What the fuck is his name again? The guy that been trying to run for forever? Who you talking about? The dude that been trying to run since back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Oh, he just became governor.
And then they took out the chick. They took out. Oh damn, man, why am I getting a freeze right now?
Governor as soon as he became senator or something.
Not Brad. Not something with an L. And then the chick. It's crazy because I know all the names, and I just getting a brain freeze right
Wasn't
now.
it Rob Astorita? Wasn't that the guy's name or some shit like that?
No. It's the controller of Long Island, of Nassau County. Brad Lander or some shit like that. No, something like no, that's not him. That's a city controller, I think, right? Yeah. Now but anyway, Elise Stefani from upstate New York. She was gonna run, and then they snubbed her for Nassau County dude, which is gonna come to my head because it's coming now in my head. I just can't fucking know why. I just sound crazy. The image of her, damn. Anyway, whatever, man. I can't get it right now.
I hate when that shit happens. Getting old.
Nah,
man.
I know it too, man. The fucked up shit about it. I know it. I so know it, man. I just whatever, man. It's all good.
Bruce Blakeman.
Bruce Blakeman. There you go. The double B. Blake.
Oh yeah. I forgot. You should have. Why you ain't asked the bot? You should have asked the bot.
That's who gave me the
answer. That's what I'm saying. I know. Why didn't we think about that? The bot
think you better think. I want to ask the bot. Bruce Blakeman from Long Island. Yeah, Bruce Blakeman. And Elise Stefani from upstate New York. She's from Buffalo, I think, or Syracuse.
What's it called? Yeah. So that whole that shit is gonna turn into London soon, bro. There's gonna be no-go zones, Sharia law zones. It's gonna be a wrap. Like they don't take over something like New York City. It's coming out, admitting Muslim Brotherhood and all of that stuff. It's not even like they're hiding it. This guy's coming straight out and saying who he is.
They already have the call to prayer. I would never buy a house somewhere where they haven't called a prayer, and the only thing I want to hear is somebody's engine or dog bark. That's what I want to hear in my neighborhood. All right, I'm not mad at that. Whatever. Okay, somebody's dog is barking. Okay, whatever. I'm not mad at that. I don't even care what time of night it is. I don't give a fuck. I hear that. Oh, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed off. That shit goes on for like good half hour. You know that, right?
So think about
that
it.
Shit goes on 5 times a day. 5 times a day, and it's in the morning, early, like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So think about it like this: you think a stronghold like New York City, you think they're just gonna? You think they're not gonna take every advantage? If they took London the way they did, you don't think they're gonna do the same shit in New York City? Come on, man.
London's nothing. New York is more valuable. You think they don't want to take New York? Every fucking entity
That's my point. That's my
and lobbying
that's
group
my point.
wants
So if
New
they
York.
did that, that's what I'm saying. If they took
Right now,
London,
you got the Muslim Brotherhood, you got AIPAC, the Jews. You know what I'm saying? The Muslim Brotherhood, which is the Muslims, and then AIPAC, which is the Jews. They're fighting right now over control of New York. That's what's really, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
and it's
That's what's going on.
normalized. It's
That's what's going
normalized in
on.
London already. Like that's just the way of life now. It was for
Right, that's
years
what's going
ago.
on.
This
The
now,
Jews are buying up all of Brooklyn, and the Muslims are buying up all of Queens. And everybody else ran to Long Island. And the people who are really broke, poor, they live in the Bronx and in Harlem. And then the old school white people who have money, old school money, they live in Staten Island. The working class people went to Nassau County and Suffolk County.
But bro, you remember
and Westchester County.
You remember
Westchester County and
them
Yonkers
Crown
and stuff
Heights
like
riots, man. Could you imagine what they would be like now with everything that's going on in the Middle East? Sheesh. That shit is crazy. Think about
that.
it.
Yeah, man. It's an atmosphere where you can't necessarily be mad at them for wanting a regime change in certain places, and you can't be mad at them for wanting to build more weapons, because there's people who their religion, and I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying people who are inside of this religion, there are people that's within this religion that think of the religion or look at the religion in a direct, literal manner, where that what is said word for word is how they live. And you got to understand that these books were written in a time when things were a little bit more savagery, you know? So now, if I say sword for sword, eye for eye, that means, okay, if you ran over somebody with a car, I'm supposed to go get a car, run somebody in your family over now? No, these people think like that. Now, yeah, it might not be run you over, but I got to do something to somebody in your family. These people really think like that.
But their book don't even say that eye for an eye. Their book says, kill the infidels. You know?
I was gonna get there. That was my next chapter in my paragraph. You know what I'm saying? That was the end of the paragraph. The next, not going. You good? So basically now you got to look at it like all right. Here's the analyze and the summary. There's two major factions that's trying to control New York City, or the influence of New York City. The influence of New York City controls New York State. What New York State does is it controls California, and it controls, let's say, Chicago. Or I would say Chicago would be the main enemy base.
You saying theoretically, or you saying this is in practice what goes down? No, this is my war game. My war game is that at Chicago and Chicago and Martha's Vineyard is the enemy stronghold. That's the enemy stronghold. Old Block
Martha's
and Obama's
Vineyard
block.
And Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
You heard? Old Block and Obama's block.
Don't say that. We mess with Old Block. So Chicago and Martha's Vineyard, that's the enemy stronghold. That's the infiltrators that are associated with the Muslim Brotherhood as well as Chinese influence. So you have the Chinese infiltrators or traders, period, are in cahoots with the Muslim Brotherhood traders and infiltrators, also with old school CIA, who just wants everything to be the same and stay the same. They want to keep selling their drugs. Yeah, they want to keep selling their drugs. They want to keep doing regime change. They want to keep hiding technology. They want to keep talking to the aliens. They want to keep doing remote viewing and stuff of that nature without pushing it to the public and telling the public that this is really what's going on. If you concentrate enough, guess what? You can see other places on Earth. If you concentrate enough, you can talk to other people without fucking saying anything. Telepathy really exists. Psychics are real. Oh shit, time travel's real. Yes, they can shoot you with a dart and kill you. Yes, they can poison you with fucking uranium. That's what the Russians do. That's what they did to the guy, like 3 different people in fucking in the UK. Right? It was like 3 different guys they assassinated. Like, that's a known Russian thing.
Sheesh.
The Mossad is known for small caliber weapons. The honeypot it originated in Russia.
Yeah. I don't know.
The honeypot. The Chinese, we know, have a vast network because anybody who's Chinese is part of the network automatically. Yeah, if you're Chinese and you come from China, and somebody that you know, like your family, still lives in China, you are now an intelligence officer automatically.
Oh shit!
That's the MSF. They
me Chinese, me play joke, me put listening device in your coke.
Hold on, let me finish the point.
Cut that out.
No, because it's a serious statement. You know what I'm saying? And he just joke. Yeah. Nah, leave him. It's good because that's what he want.
He on the rag. He on the rag. People, don't blame him.
Now,
be good next week.
You gotta understand that. I just want to show you guys that also China had a base, a NYPD station in Times Square that was actually an intelligence officer. This is real stuff that people are gonna sit there and they laugh. That's when you're joking and all that, but no, that's true. I'm not really on you about it. I'm just saying
No,
people are gonna watch
that's
it.
facts though.
See
I'm
you
gonna put that
laughing
on the
at jokes,
screen.
but won't realize that where we're getting to. We're getting to the point of this, the fact that these people are infiltrating the United States right now, and they're using operations like Mockingbird and MK Ultra to change the dynamics and aspects of our politics. They're using assassination attempts, which is MK Ultra type assassinations. The Butler guy, the guy in Mar-a-Lago, the guy doing Charlie Kirk, these type of things, assassinations. Even just to comprehend this type of fact. I'm gonna go out today. I'm gonna go kill somebody, and I never thought about my getaway plan.
Oh man. What about What about Swalwell? That was the one that was fucking the Chinese spy?
No, for real though. I didn't think about the getaway plan. I'm gonna get to Swalwell in 2 seconds. Because Swalwell and Feinstein also, both of them. But Swalwell actually was involved with her sexually, and Feinstein's driver. 20 years he was her driver. For 20 years, her driver was a Chinese spy. 20 years. Word. Feinstein. I mean, RIP to her, unfortunately. You know what it is, I'm smoking it. You know what I'm saying? But roll another one and put a bunch of wax in that shit, though. God, that's crazy. Because you got to think like every intimate moment she has, he's there to hear that. Every phone call. And then where's the most places that people really rather talk is our car? Because inside of a car is more intimate. And you could actually have a proper conversation. And who's there? The driver, the security. These people are privy to a lot of things.
Exactly. Somebody like Feinstein is never gonna be alone. So her driver is the closest to being alone that she's ever gonna be.
So you're saying invisible 60% of the time of her day he's with her. That's a lot. That's a lot of information. And then when do you ever think that he's getting searched or patted down, or you know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
he could put listening devices everywhere. He could plant
He
things
don't
all
even
over the place.
have to. All you gotta do is turn it like the record on his phone.
So yeah, so you got Swalwell and you have Feinstein. That's Chinese influence. Then you have now the Muslim Brotherhood influence, and you have Bernie Sanders with the Chinese influence, Tim Walz with the Chinese influence, what's her name? AOC with the Chinese influence, and Cortez. Yeah, she's a retard from retard
Off
land.
the hook.
So, but whatever. You know, so now you have these things where these people have influence by one country. Then you have the AIPAC, which is Israel. And you have a lot of them. They have a lot. They're there. But I still believe China has more. Now, what's been gaining power is the Muslim Brotherhood, which during the Egypt, when they were having those when they were having the issues in Egypt and they overthrew Mubarak, right? I believe his name is Mubarak.
Yeah,
No,
Mubarak.
it was Mubarak, right? Yeah, okay, that's the name.
Yeah.
See, that stuff's off the top of the head. That's all I can tell you about these people. They don't know nothing. They can't even off the top of the head even understand certain topics and issues, or even can't just go back to dates and names and scenarios. Anyway, when they overthrew him in Egypt, right, which was the CIA, right, the Summer of Love, right? Remember this now? All right, all right, good. Now they tried to do that in Iran as well. That's what they're doing now. They did that in Ukraine. That's what the result of what the war is that we're having right now, or not. Well, we might as well say we're having it because Ukraine only has people that shoot guns. Any plane or drone or anything that's fired missile wise, that's controlled by the United States because we have the satellite. So now the satellites are going to sit there and they're going to have the GPS that's going to pinpoint exactly where the missile has to go, the projectile, the drone, or anything that's flight oriented is going to go. Whatever flight path is going to go, we also going to be the ones that's going to draw that out and come up with that plan. So the Ukrainians ain't doing shit. Let's go past that one now, right? Yes, the other countries in Europe probably giving them stuff, but we're doing majority of the work there. Now, the Summer of Love was Ukraine, it was Jordan, it was Egypt, it was Iran, and it was another Libya, I think it was, right? And there was another country, I can't remember. There was another country.
Syria?
Was it Syria too? Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was the start of the Syrian war. That was the start of the Syrian war.
With a side, right?
Right. So now you got to understand that the CIA, right, for whatever reason, I'm not going to say it's wrong or right. I'm not here for that. It's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the angles that they're looking at it at, nor do I know the players that they are knowledgeable to. But what I could do is say that this is what happened from an outside point of view and analyzing geopolitical politics for all these years of my life and studying history and understanding that it's not hard to understand what's happening and seeing through the smoke to see who is orchestrating these events. And then now to know who benefits, you can see somewhat, but you're never going to see because it's always a tenfold way of beneficial progression. You know what I'm saying? They're never going to do a plan and not have 10 different fucking angles of the plan. It's not going to be just one little thing. Oh yeah, we're just going to go to Venezuela for oil. He's just going for the oil. No, it's like 10 different things. That's just one of the things. And you know what I'm saying? It's like 8 different things that you missed that's probably more important than oil. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the oil is important, but it's the influence, is the geopolitical, the look alone that we did an operation in a country and they couldn't do nothing. That's what it is.
And
The
a
flex.
lot of the things that we don't know, we can't know. And it's not that
That's
we can't
classified.
know, it's that if we
Like
know,
the
everybody
F-18s.
knows.
But like
You
the
know?
F-18s, we know about those F-18s because those technologies have been put out for years now. Those F-18 EVs, where they have the sonics, they have the sonic threats, and they have the different weaponry that they have on there, as well as they have the EMP weaponry. You know what I'm saying? So now you're taking out of countries. Imagine this. Let's say a 2-mile. Excuse me. Imagine a 2-mile area. We shoot out a beam, an electronic beam that shuts down all electronics within a 2-mile radius. Or flip side, let's say we put out a sonic boom that in this 2-block radius, you can't hear anything, and it's not loud, but it's just a woof. So it's like something just passing through you, like an air, like a wind. It's like the wind passed by you, and you can't hear, and you're actually in like a shock, like a flashbang. These are the type of weaponry that they're working on, or they have, don't have, working on, had years ago, whatever you want to call it, implemented in different places. You know, now
Again?
with these advanced weapons that the U.S. have, and I'm saying for us to implement it in an operational status and for it to work in a modern country. So what I was saying was that China and Russia have the same weapons, or they're working on them. Now the question is, are they implemented? Are they possible for them to be implemented? Right? Do they work? And that's the thing that they always say about Russia. Russia has a lot of stuff, but they don't work. Da 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 da. They're in decrepit form. Who knows, right? Now, here's the thing. Everybody has weapons, and yes, everybody could talk the talk. The thing is that everybody has these weapons. China has them, Russia has them. The fact of the matter that the United States used it, it worked, and we implemented it in a first world nation that has the technology to catch things, or not say catch, to detect. They have the ability to detect things. Now, yes, we had spies involved, but we have spies everywhere. Everybody has spies everywhere. As much as people say, oh, Israel has influence over America. Oh, the Chinese have influence over America. America has influence on other countries as well. This is the game that we play. This is the game that every single country that has any sort of influence plays. There's British that spy in America. There's Americans that spy in British, and they're our allies. There's French that spy in America. There's every fucking country spies on each other. That's why we were caught under the Obama administration spying on Chancellor Merkel's calls from Germany. They forget about these things.
Yo, I was watching the
Trump is a
CIA
tyrant. Trump is a
dude.
tyrant.
There's a
Trump is a
CIA
tyrant,
dude, John Kiriakou, I think his name
Obama,
is.
yeah, he's still CIA. What you mean, a CIA dude? He's still CIA.
But yo, buddy
Once you're in the CIA, you're always in the CIA.
But he did some time or whatever, and he was talking about it on a podcast. But he said that the CIA, the CIA stopped accepting gifts from Israel because every single one had a listening device implanted in it.
Yeah, like, come on. We know this is what's going on because we do it to other countries. So we can't sit there and say that we're oblivious to influence that's going on in our politicians or in our political atmosphere because our political structure is able to be infiltrated like anybody's political structure. The problem is, or the way the solution can work, is that people need to vote for people, and we have to have statesmen. We have to get back to the statesmen, where people are in for 4 years and out. You're in politics, you're out of politics. You don't stay in politics forever. That's what we need to change, and that's the problem with
And
America.
you don't leave rich.
Is that when they started to change that,
and
when
you don't
they
leave
started
office
to
rich.
when they started to change,
Motherfucker, you said, huh? They get mad when I repeat myself.
He's waiting for it's not it's the time lapse. Well, he's not waiting for the time lapse. See, I'm waiting for the time lapse. So yeah, what it is that there's a structure that's out there that people are not aware of. And it's basically you're living in two different type of things, right? For those who are movie buffs, we're gonna do it like this for you because that's the easier way to give you the analogy. You're living in a certified James Bond movie / mixed with a Star Wars, Star Trek episode and movie. That's what you're living in. There's advanced technology that you don't know about. There's things that happen that you don't know about. When things happen, you're never gonna know about the exact details of everything that happens. Like people are, oh, the moon landing. Okay, maybe they didn't go when they said they went, but you don't think they actually did go eventually? You don't think they have the same thing? You don't think they have all these years? You think they don't have to? So they can send a fucking a satellite through and all the electronics be okay, but you're saying they can't send a human being? Electronics is very fucking vital. I think electronics can get too hot, too cold. I think radiation can fuck with electronics as well.
I think it's more likely they're fueling these conspiracy theories to make people believe that they never landed on the moon so they can spy on us from there.
Or even, well, I mean, that's a very simple and joke-matic, sarcastic way of putting it, but, or maybe so that they could,
No, but I'm
hide the
just
fact
saying
that they
it'd be
found
more likely.
ancient artifacts. What's going on, which is the real more likely, you know, that's like a more jokingly, more likely
No,
is
what I'm
that
saying is that's
they
more
found what
likely
they've been
that
looking
than
for.
to say they never did land on the moon to begin with. I'm not saying it's more likely than what you about to say. I'm saying
that.
that's more likely
not
than.
what I was. I'm saying sarcastically, yes. Like that's sarcastic. That's what I was saying. Yes, sarcastically. I'm trying to say that the real actual number one probability that I shouldn't even say me, because if anybody don't think this, you're fucking crazy. The Nazis were looking for ancient technology. The British were looking for ancient technology and herbs and spices. This is why they traveled around the world. Now, what's going on is the same thing, except it's the United States now that's looking for ancient technology, but we're looking at different places because we found out new information. Because guess who did half of the work for us? The Hitler and the Germans. They did half the work for us. They went to India and they found a lot of stuff. They went to Egypt, they found a lot of stuff. They went to Ethiopia and found a lot of stuff. We're not gonna get into all of that because those are whole episodes and rabbit holes to go down on in their own aspects. They went to Israel and found a lot of stuff. These are why these places are hot spots in the world. Right now, you go to fucking India. India and Pakistan is right. They're ready to blow each other up with nukes, and they don't get along, and they're extremely racial, right? Why? Because
been like that
there's a lot of
forever.
ancient history in these places. A lot of ancient history in these places, and it's this same ancient history that people are not attuned to. That is what is the key to the civilization and to our origins and our future and to our prolonging of life and of our understanding of the actual universe, not what we think is the universe, the actual universe, because there's multiverses as far as there's multiple universes. So we're only in one universe. So in another universe, could be something totally different going on, and we don't know at all because we never sent a probe there yet. We just can see it. You get what I'm saying? So now, if we went to the moon now, or if they went to the moon now, and they don't want you to know because they find things on the moon and they have things on the moon that they don't want you to look for and see, even accidentally, that's the type of thing that I would see would be more of a aspect. There's a secret space program that's out there, and they don't want you to think about or even to understand or think about going up into space and looking out there. Maybe I should get a better telescope. Maybe I should wonder why the telescope don't work. Maybe I should work on the telescope and build a better telescope so I can look at the surface of the moon or surface of Mars. They don't want people to get into that ambition to want to look into what's going on in outer space or look into ancient texts that talk about outer space. They don't want you to know that what was found on Mars and all these different structures that are on Mars that are suspicious, very suspicious. Why do you think Elon Musk wants to go back to Mars? He wants to go back to Mars. We're protecting ourselves from something. You can't protect yourself from somebody else if you know what somebody else is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, duh. So when you start arguing about these minute things, such as immigration, as though, oh, somebody forcefully took you off of your land. No, we can't go by ancient fucking times and ancient draw lines of fucking landlines. We have to go by modern time ley lines, and these land lines that are there now, That's the landlines you have to go by. You cannot go by ancient lands because then everybody be at war. Everybody took land from somebody else. You can't put it on one racial group. You can't put it on one region. You can't put. That's not how that works. The whole world has been at war since the beginning of war, since the beginning of fucking human beings. This one group started war, and they only war here. And then they spread war everywhere else. And now all of a sudden everything else wars. No, war is all over the place and been all over the place since the beginning. Since the beginning, when somebody thought of having a war, there's been war all over the world. And since the beginning of humans, there's been war all over the world. That is this human nature, because that's what the fucking animals do. Okay? And it's funny because people be like, oh, animals don't just kill for pleasure or for fun. Or yes, cats do. Cats will kill something and play with it. So once again, the Muslim Brotherhood, who's funding Obama, who also is funding John Brennan, who was part of the insurrection against Trump, is also funding Mamdani. The influence that other people have, or lobbyists like AIPAC, which is the Jewish lobby or Israeli lobby, as well as the Muslim Brotherhood, as well as the Chinese. The Chinese have people like Swalwell. Those are one example. Example number 2 is Feinstein with the Chinese. Example number 3, the Chinese had locations in New York City. You could look it up, where they had people inside of a station acting as though they were real cops. So Chinese influence is all over the place. Muslim Brotherhood influence is all over the place. AIPAC's influence is all over the place. Our country has information that everybody wants. We have technology that everybody wants. We have a lifestyle that everybody wants. So they infiltrate our country to destroy it from within and to suck it out and drain everything from within. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's why we're in a divisive. That's why we're in a divisive time right now. Is because of that exact fact.
Yeah, you heard it,
And that's why
people.
Mamdani is. You got to watch Mamdani.
Mamdani, man, he'll tell you what he got to tell you, but I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you think it's going to materialize.
Watch his lobbyists. Who's funding him?
Follow the money, people. Thanks for watching the Unc Podcast. See you next Sunday.